marketing, and so on.
Architect Francis Tang, USM alumni.
Hello, thank you, Miu. Thank you, Dr. Matan. Okay, I'm just now from Group 4. So overall, Group 4, we have done good for the presentation, but you still have improvement to adjust, especially some of them, the basic skill you need to improve to show that in layout, your access, you have to be sensitive to the surrounding. Otherwise, it will spoil all your design and you have to redo again. So that is the trap that you cannot ignore. Otherwise, and also the people, the user, whether it's a food haven or senior citizen, you have to understand that you have to imagine that yourself as a visitor to the food haven, what do you expect? And also as a senior citizen, what is their character, especially the physically and mentally, because they are older, I mean they are more than 60 years old, so they might have some problems to assess, as you need to be sensitive. Overall, your design, some of you are daring to do the challenge, and some of them like engineering challenge also. I also giving some advice that engineering will ask you, hey, how to build this. That you also need to prepare future. Because if you cannot answer, then back to square one, you have to redo your design. Okay, that's my advice. Thank you.
Can you hear me? Architect Anthea. I'll just introduce myself. I'm another external examiner. USM. I was in USM last week for the town planning 50 years anniversary exhibitions. So I think well done to year 3 students. Job. And the hospitality is good. Thank you for the ubi goreng and also the coffees. You treat the external examiner very well. We feel very warm here. For me, I think when you do presentation, try to be, don't say I like it, or I want it. You design for a client. Try to be more sensitive and understand the users, because we are designing for a senior wellness center. So the client will be 55 years old and above. So try to be sensitive in the design. For example, don't introduce too much staircase for them. Try to design a staircase, free staircase building. But of course, we need to comply with the BUBA requirements for the escape staircase. Try to be more creative in the design brief. I know DSM have come out the design brief for you all and the program. Try to be more creative. Introduce some new brief into a new program into the brief. And also, I'm quite pleased with some of the students who has produced the design that reflect the overall site context, because our site is a historical site. So some of it has responded to it, which is really good, but some is quite not approached in a quite straightforward manner, which mimic directly from the opposite neighbors. So this is not what an architect should do. Try to be more mature thinking, and when you come out as a designer, you have to sell your ideas. The design is the most important, and also focus more about the building envelope design and also the floor plan. That's the most important. The technique learn at a later stage. Well done, everyone.
Hello. I have a
list of things that I need to tell you guys. Many things. First of all, it's towards the whole studio for us. When you design, it's actually when I notice I look around all the works before I start, so I know that which one is good, which one is not so good. So the connection with the existing food court is actually not addressed. What the city needs is actually not addressed. The heritage connection, very few people did it. Complementing by using drive-through is good, but still need to improve a lot. And surrounding connections, whether the streets or the walkways or the buildings, is not addressed. And design for elders or youngsters. Most of the people design for youngsters rather than for elders. And for familiarity of materials, the images. So this one is not addressed as well. Hello.
Architect Som Coffee, dia tak dapat fee ke? Tak cukup, kopi tak cukup,
Yeah.
tak meet standard.
For the food heaven, it's actually logical things. You need to think about your ground floor and first floor is the most valuable space for commercials. Don't put anything non-profitable on the ground at the first. Then you put the other spaces on the third and the fourth. For presentation like Li Jiayi is very good for the food heaven. But it's for senior wellness center. The RAM is good for seniors. I know that you design for food heaven, but actually the building looks very good. Then for Noraini Hidayah, the Masa, the seniors wellness, you're using RAM. It's good. It's a good attempt. And Chu Jinjing, the food heaven, you have the Chu Jing 2000. You have the transparent roof at the front. But if you want to use transparent roof in Malaysia, you need to be careful because if you have high buildings and you have a transparent roof in between, it casts a shadow, then it's usable. But if it is not, then it's very hot and you look like a microwave oven with one at the bottom. For Muhammad Amir and Li Yiji is doing the food heaven. You have the open roof, but be careful because it's rain all the time in Taipei. So you have the staggered and good design. You need more overhang on the outdoors. And for Pang, you're doing food, but it looks like a bungalow, your image. So you need more outdoor roof as well. For Michelle, you're doing food, exciting spaces, the view connection, and also the roof as a garden is good. And for One Anis, your food, you're lifting the building and free up the ground space, which is really good. This one is for whole ground. You open up for public spaces. And for Lim Chi Dong, you're doing wellness. It's actually not so good because you're too focused on the inside. It looks quite gloomy and it's very dark because in Taipei the weather is very gloom and the light is very less. Sujin, your food is very good because your building looks like a 2-story building, but it's actually a 4-story and you have the axis. And this one is one of the best.
Wow, ada top. Okay.
Wong Kai, you're doing wellness, you're using the Lego concept. It has a lot of imagination, but I think the imagination is only in my head. Okay, for Liu Tianyi, you're doing wellness. Your courtyard in the center, you have the light and you have the staggered spaces in between, so you let more light going inside the center, and that's good. Chen Xiaohui, you're doing wellness, and this is one of the best for the wellness. Something familiar to the old people. You have the connection to the heritage by using the Art Deco style, and also the time. Your concept is time, so it's the past and the future. You can explain it really well if you practice more. And for Korsherlin, your wellness, you are doing bloom and you are playful architecture, comical character. For the ground floor, you need more open and you need to explain more or explore more to become much more exciting. If you want to do comical, do it all the way. And for Nuradini, wellness is a very good design as well. This is one of the best as well.
Okay. So these are guys selected for your interview.
I'm
Okay.
hiring.
Oh, look at that.
I'm
Very
hiring.
sharp. Okay. So thank you, Architect Su, Architect Hong Wei, Yuan, Architect.
Thanks, Bill, for inviting. I just want to address a common issues. I also students, actually inviting problems at the very beginning of the design. So try to avoid that because on Scratch you actually have a lot of free hands to make something good without creating problems at the very first beginning. So the next one is urban infill. It's a very interesting topic. We like it so much because, especially in Penang, we have a lot of urban infill to explore. So I found some of you guys are not really like a response to this topic, the urban infill, when your building is not respond to the surrounding. So you need to pay attention to your surrounding, whether you respond to it or you want to be friendly to your neighbors or you want to invite the pedestrians to walk through the buildings. So all these things you need to take care. Yeah, thanks.
Hi, I'm Architect Ho from CTO Architects. Okay, basically what I see commonly, one of the main issues is the ideology part. Okay. When you describe the main concept, we have main idea, but that not being highlighted and present well during the presentations. What we see is that, again, always we found that you have this kind of boring presentations. Okay, you are telling that what I have, this, what is what. We don't need to do that. Architecture present by drawings. By looking at drawings, we know the things is how it will be. So, as verbal presentation, you should highlight and really sell your item really well. What is so different from others? Okay, but that ideology not being translated. There's no big, really good idea being translated to the design. Is what I think. Okay. Another thing is that we are doing wellness and doing some F&B drive-through things. But the basic study of wellness and also this kind of drive-through things, the basic knowledge is not there yet. We are ready to do a very deep study. What is wellness and how you challenge the wellness? But the basic things you have to comply. But what is so interesting about the design? Okay, and then that one you barely can see today. Okay, and also trying to you should have a certain standard to follow and how to make it practical. The practicality is not there yet, and how to make it interesting. It's still hardly to match with whatever existingly commercially we have. And then what's design and what is the new things that you try to implement and try to research for. And it is still lacking off. So the research of wellness and the basic knowledge things you have to really study before into design. Okay. We hope to see more this kind of interesting design and also some explorations done by students. This is what you can do even better than outside practitioner first. Okay, thank you.
All right. Architect Su,
Hello everybody, I'm Architect Fu from MB4 Architect. I think I'll make it short. I think all the concerns are already highlighted by our external panelists. So I believe that some of you, I think most of you, has been putting many time eyes for today's presentations. So I just wish you all good luck. The journey is still long, and I hope to see all of you on the
thank you. We have Architect Zalina and Architect Vijay as our USM lecturers, visiting from Studio Masters. Architect Vijay.
Okay, today I saw all the work. I saw we had an intermediate grade prior to this. There are some improvements to some, and there are some of y'all that, as what has been mentioned, that you have still a lot to learn, and the drawing convention drawing standards all need to be followed. So when you all go out and work, then I hope you all take this in mind and apply it. That means we have to also, it is not the end, for this. It's still the beginning of your architecture journey. And you have still a lot to do. But some are doing okay, some are still are struggling. So that's why we always emphasize the practicality of the design, but at the same time, we want you to throw your ideas, So I hope and good luck to you all that you all will do well externally, because you all still, and find your niche where you all are strong, whether you all are strong in design, whether you all are strong in contracts, whether you all are strong in anything. Find your niche, okay? Good luck to you all when you all go out.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I rasa semua dah komen dan I rasa only few things I'd like to touch on. First is I rasa whenever you did not focus on the concept, design to approach, literature review, case study and whatnot, that's why some of the element yang kita komen dah dulu arise. Okay, kalau I think you're at the very beginning you have touched on that one, I think your design should be okay. So anyway, design is subjective. So I believe everyone has, chose their whatever they wanted to do. But hari ni I nak komen satu. Your board, the color of your board today is very roomy lah, brownish, greyish. Sedangkan you buat food heaven. I think everyone knows that food have many colors. Tapi dia beli semua. Okay, so jadi tak ada appetite nak makan, So I think there's only one thing lah. Nampak macam simple tapi I think it actually reflects dalam mana-mana design. You all should look into that one. Okay, so other than that, I'd like to wish everyone good luck and selamat mendapat pekerjaan. So these are all your future boss. So okay, try to keep us them today. So probably you'll get a job with them. Okay, other than that, thank you.
Well said, Zalina. You had to say a few words, pass the mic to Edmund. After Edmund, Dr. Mazran, just penutup. After this, they farewell, they say one sentence maybe to your group. Good or no good?
Hello, yeah. Actually, I was very nervous towards the end.
You are nervous. For them. Okay.
Yes, I've seen the progress they made, and then I was very, very nervous. But when I saw the panels they printed out on Monday, okay lah, I got
It's more than you can.
Yeah, because I see a lot of them very last minute, and then in fact a lot of things came out very last minute. So I was very, very nervous. But in the end, I think you guys pulled through lah. You guys managed to deliver to a certain standard lah. I was quite pleased overall. So.
Okay, good.
This semester also, to be honest. But this semester is a bit more nervous, Also, I heard that you guys are the comic group. You guys will not have the full studio as former experience. So I think you guys did well. There are some other things to improve than what has been outlined by the external panel. So I think generally you guys did well.
Okay. So, short and sweet. Pass to Dr. Mazran. In HBP, I think our USM alumni may agree we have a secret power, which is the last minute heroes. We don't hero that good.
So mula sekali kita nak mengucapkan terima kasih kepada Daniel yang datang. We are really terima kasih sangat. Okay, for those of you guys over here yang budding architects, so masih ada lagi perjalanan yang harus ditempuhi. Okay, at least you dapat input dari academics and also daripada industry players. Okay, take this as a very good experience yang kamu akan gunakan during your journey yang akan datang. Okay, for that we wish you luck. Okay, terima kasih Rektor.
Okay, Dr. Masran, maybe kata-kata pemulung.
Okay. I just want to say thank you to all the panelists, and many of the panelists actually is a familiar faces. Memang selalu and never miss lah, or never decline our invitation. Okay, Architect Chin Keng, Architect Howe, Architect Tia, Francis, and Architect Selis actually is our industry fellow for architecture USM. Maybe ramai tak tahu junior-junior, tapi Architect Selis is the second. And we have full-time lecturer Architect Zarina and Architect Vijay. Vijay is a part-time lecturer for USM architecture program. And for other architects, thank you for coming. Hope that you will come again after this. Okay. And then for the alumni, thanks for contributing back to USM key program. Okay, we hope that you can inspire your junior, okay, to become like you. Okay, they all macam Architect Howe ni senior saya setahun je. Okay, Architect Howe sama batch dengan Dr. Justin. Okay, okay lah, mana dia? Okay, okay. I agree with all the comments and suggestions, and I'm sure that it will be very beneficial for all the students for their part 2 after this, in Master of Architecture or in their working life. Okay, thank you very much again. Hope that students can take the session. Banyak okay. Apa yang nampak juga apa yang tersirat apa semua. Okay, ada part-part yang kadang-kadang lecturer or panelists dia tak komen directly. Okay, but of course kita kalau komen pun kita walaupun ada yang baik kita try cari yang mana yang boleh improve ataupun mana yang boleh improve tu mungkin ada baiknya sikit. Tapi what is important here, these are the comments from the real ones. Okay, they are the practicing architects, and you are becoming to be an architect. So apa yang komen so very valid. Kan cuma cara you interpret, cara you ambil tu yang akan membezakan antara orang yang belajar dengan tak belajar lah. Okay, that's all. And then just to inform all panelists, this year is accreditation year actually. So by this September, lembaga akan datang lah. And then they are the graduating batch, meaning that everyone need to show their quality. That's why kita push sikit. Okay, thank you very much. Okay. Okay, maybe AZ want to promote.
Okay, thank you. Let's take the opportunity to invite you all guys to buy a ticket to our architecture dinner, which is on the 31st July. We invite you to buy the ticket. Only RM100 per seat. So okay, nanti you will see some of the performance by the students or whatnot. Okay, now we are selling the tickets. If anything you want to buy, you please call me. Okay, thank you.
Okay, that's all. Thank you again.
So now we would like to just